On today's episode of Stitch and Bitch, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it was like being broke when living in Chicago. When I moved to Chicago, I was going to school full time while working full time, and I was trying to pay off my school while working the entire time. And I almost did. I think I graduated with like $5,000 in debt, and the majority of that was actually the debt that I owed to my parents because they helped me buy a car to move out west when I got my first job. But while I was in school, I was truly just absolutely flat broke the majority of my time there. I had a flip phone. I didn't have internet service or anything. So anytime I had to write an essay for school, I had to go into school to do it. However, I had my own sewing machine, so I really only had to go into school to use the computer and internet. So anyways, I was working full time and I worked for a guy named Tony, and he owned a custom linens and embroidery shop. I was able to work and sew for him whenever I didn't have school, and I was still broke. I had a studio apartment that I shared with my sister for 1 year, and then the last year I was on my own, so I had to pay for the rent by myself. But just to give you a little taste of like what I mean when I say broke, there's something I did that was like super, super, super embarrassing. At the place I worked, my boss rented this studio space in this large building that it supplied, basic necessities. Like there was a shared bathroom, and that's about it. There was a week where I was gonna be expecting my next paycheck, but didn't quite have. I think I had like $30 left, and I was going to the bathroom, and I remembered that morning like I'm out of toilet paper at home. And in this bathroom, they had just tons of just really cheap toilet paper. So near the end of each semester, if I didn't have enough money to even buy groceries or like I was running out of toilet paper, I would steal and I would take a roll of toilet paper to make it through that quarter of school. And I had to do this a couple different times looking back now. And then I think I finally told my mom, like, I was so broke. I took toilet paper from work, and she was so mortified. She's like, oh my gosh, you were stealing. Yeah, I was stealing, but like, I feel like I should go and buy a 24 pack of toilet paper and drop it off back at that building, because all in all, I probably used like 24 rolls over my time there. But I know stealing's wrong, but I kind of chuckle about this one because it's one of those things where, like, you guys, I was so darn broke that I couldn't afford to buy like an extra 6 rolls of toilet paper, even from Aldi. Like I could not afford it. And so it was either drip dry or like take a shower after, going to the bathroom or steal a little bit of toilet paper from not my boss, but the building that he rented from. So I don't know. To be fair, if I own that building and I found out that there was a 19, 18, 20-year-old, that's what they were working over 40 hours a week to try to pay off their school while going school full time and working full time, honestly, I probably would have bought them rolls of toilet paper for the year. So tell me your cringiest thing you ever did when you were in college or like were super broke, and we'll see who has the best one. Let me know if you enjoyed today's story, or let me know if there's anything else you want to hear about, because I have so many stories. It's just a matter of like me recalling them and sharing them.